Hi guys, today I'm going to talk about a common question that keeps coming up in conversations, and it's about the pros and cons of staying single versus getting married. Am I any better off being married, or am I going to be the happiest if I choose to stay single? Better or worse? I think that's all up for debate, and everyone has his or her own opinion based on their perspective about relationships. In my opinion, getting married does make you seem like someone who cannot control his impulses. I will admit that I have little regard for married men. None, and I'll explain why I think that. Guys, we need to have values and beliefs in order to be considered men. Do you understand what I'm saying when I say that no one should force us to do anything? I believe that almost everyone believes or is aware that in a divorce, men often receive less favorable treatment. Every man is aware of it. Who among men with common judgment would then still willingly get married then? The only kind of guys who get married are the ones who are easily manipulated by women into thinking they need them for the rest of their lives. It's these same guys who get cheated on by their wives, who get used and abused, and who have to suffer the most in the form of a divorce where they have to give up their life savings, give away their properties, and pay for child support for the rest of their lives. And it's the same guys who receive ultimatums from their women, who threaten to close their legs for them when things go south. And these are so desperate for that fishing hole that they end up caving into her demands. You wanted to get married so you could have dependable sex, since you had a scarcity mindset or you didn't get laid consistently. You should be allowed to live alone as a guy. When you aren't receiving dependable sex, why you should still go and risk your entire financial future to be with someone because you're lonely? That doesn't make sense, because for guys, it's a major loss if they end up getting married. Everything works against them from that point on, from their wives to the legal system that only looks after the interests of the women. If you're looking for company, get a puppy or a kitten. When you repeatedly witness what happens to men who have to pay alimony, where the woman gets to keep the house and receive child support, why do you willingly involve the state in your affairs? What about the men who sincerely desire to have children? Listen, I totally support that, but you should be really selective about the person you want to start a family with. And you should know that the moment you get married, you're involving the entire legal system in your relationship, because as soon as it goes south, you're the one who's going to suffer. That's why I can't respect married men. We're supposed to be committed to our purpose. We're supposed to be making a better life for ourselves. We're supposed to be pursuing our passions, not getting grilled by some woman putting on ultimatums on our heads, making us feel like if we don't marry her, she's going to leave us and close her legs up. Let me tell you something. I'm in my late 30s, so you don't think I understand girls. Listen, it's hard enough for a woman to get to talk to me about a relationship. Guys, I meet women all the time. They just want me to be steady with them in a relationship. I get ultimatums all the time too. I dated a girl for 3 months before she gave me the ultimatum and started the conversation by asking where it was going. The point of my mentioning all of this is that ladies come to me with that type of stuff all the time. I'm not immune to it, and since I'm an alpha male, they know they won't be able to manipulate me into marriage, let alone even a relationship. I'm capable of supporting myself on my own. You won't use threats against me. Therefore, be aware that the majority of these married men are being controlled by their wives when you encounter them. Men who marry essentially worry that the woman will leave them, or they dread being alone, which drives them to marry a woman. But they fail to realize that the state is waiting to seize all of their assets and hand them over to the woman. Men who are young, starting careers, or devoted to their life's mission should be aware that they will encounter women who will try to manipulate them with an ultimatum. You must be steadfast in your commitment to the truth. Don't be one of those guys who claims to be succeeding in life just to fall for the first female who threatens to steal your fish haul when she shows up, for you to only end up dating her and get married 6 months later. Women know the state is on their side from the very beginning. They know this, and that's why they're always so keen and eager to trap you into a relationship and then into marriage. They know that it's a win-win situation for them. They get married to you and suddenly they have access to your resources, your money, and your assets. Women often use marriage as a means to step up the social and economic ladder. They buy their favorite clothes, eat from the best restaurants, and travel on the basis of your paycheck. Win for her, loss for you. And if you get divorces, she gets to receive money for child support, and she probably ends up owning your house and car. Win for her, major loss for you. So guys, when it comes to marriage or staying single, I think there's a lot of advantage in staying single. You get to make your decisions. You get to live life as you want. You get to enjoy what you earn. In marriage, you lose everything from your self-esteem to your finances and your whole future as a happy human being. I'm not saying that staying single is going to guarantee you happiness, but I can truly say that it's going to keep you away from a lot of harm, depression, anxiety, and trouble. So make the decision wisely. If someone's rushing you to get married, that's the first red flag you need to worry about. Thanks for tuning in, guys. That's it for today.